Okay student, today we'll do nature of roots of a quadratic equation. Now for finding the nature of roots, we have to see nature of roots, roots is the value of x. Now for that nature of roots, we have to understand whether the roots of a equation is a real number or an imaginary number, whether it's an equal number or distinct, means whether the roots are same and whether they are distinct, they are unequal, and whether they are rational or whether they are irrational. Now before going to how to find the nature of roots, let us first understand this type of numbers, what we mean by all these type of numbers: real, imaginary, equal, distinct, rational, irrational. Now first of all, you see real number. Now real number means any number that we generally know that is a real number. Any number means whether it's a normal number 5, minus 5, fraction number minus 5 by 3, decimal number. So any fraction, integers, natural number, whole number, all the decimal number, all these type of numbers are called real number. The number which exist, which we know generally so far. But there is a type of number called imaginary number. Now this imaginary number, the depth of this imaginary number is out of your scope. You will learn in class 11 in a chapter called complex number. There you will learn more about imaginary number. But still, let me explain you something about imaginary number. What is an imaginary number? Now take this example. Now suppose if I say square root of 25. Now generally you write square root of 25 is plus minus 5. So these are the real numbers. Root 25, that means plus 5 or minus 5, they are real number. Because why? Because plus 5 into plus 5, that's 25 means plus 5 into plus 5, you get 5. Now 25 also means minus 5 into minus 5, and then it can be minus 5 also. And hence for root over 25 or any root over, what we write generally plus minus 5. So this is a real number. Now take this example. Now if I tell you to solve this, now this you cannot solve. You cannot find the square root of minus 25. You know why? Because no two same number multiply to give a negative number. No two same number. I repeat, no two same number. That means what? Minus into minus will also become plus. And plus into plus, naturally that also become plus. So how can you split this minus 25 into two equal numbers? Like here you have split it for plus 25. You can see in this case you can't. Now you can't do this. You can't do this, na? You can't do this for minus 25. You can't do this because square root means they have to be same number. Then out of 2 you take it out 1 by making a pair. But this we can't do this. So understand? So you cannot solve this. So this type of number is called imaginary number. That means if you have a negative number inside a square root, that is called an imaginary number. Now this can be solved in a certain way. You learn in class 11 as I've told you. But still you try to understand, not necessary at present, but still you understand. This minus 25 I can solve in this way. Minus 1 into this. Then I can split this into root over minus 1 and this. And in complex number, this root over minus 1, we say this one as imaginary constant, and that is I, and generally I equals to minus root over minus 1, and therefore we can say it is I into now this plus root over 25 means plus minus 5. Hence the answer of this minus root over minus 25 we can write in this way: it is minus 5i, where I means this imaginary constant, that root over minus 1. So understand? So this type of number is called imaginary number. So that means, in short, we can say directly that if inside a square root, if there is a negative sign, a negative number inside a square root, that means imaginary. What, understand? Now next is equal and distinct. You can understand, when equal means when both the roots are equal, then we say that the roots are equal. When the roots are equal, you will find in many quadratic equation, you find this way, na, x minus 2 into x minus the last step. So therefore what is x equals to 2 and x equals to 2, that means both the roots are equal. And if both the roots are unequal, then we say they are distinct root, like this. So finally we get x equals to 3 and x equals to minus 2. So therefore we say that the roots are distinct. Understand? And when we say roots are rational or irrational, rational number means the normal numbers without any square root. Say any numbers, 5 is a rational number, 5 by 3, or say 3.2, all these are normally, they are rational numbers. But irrational number means the number which is not a perfect square, like root 13. So this is an irrational number. Root 3 is an irrational number. Root 5 is an irrational number. Understand? So if a numbers have this square root, that means it is not a perfect square number. We say generally it is irrational number. Okay? Okay. Now see this. Now how to find the nature of roots? You see, you know this, the general form of a quadratic equation is this, and the 2 roots of x we get by this formula. You have already done this. You know this b square minus 4ac, this part which is under the square root, this b square minus 4ac is actually known as the discriminant of the roots, generally denoted by d. Now for finding the nature of roots, you don't have to fully solve the quadratic equation and find the roots. In fact, we can just find the value of the discriminant to find out the nature of roots. Okay, I'll show you one by one. So that means you can understand where this b square minus 4ac is known as the discriminant, and from the value of the discriminant d, we can get the nature of the roots. How? The first one. Now, if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, now whenever you are solving only b square minus 4ac part and you are getting the value as greater than 0, in that case the roots are real. In fact, we say the roots are real number. And if now that real number can be a rational number and the real number can be an irrational number. Now for that also we can find in this way, that if the b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, that means it is already real and the number is a perfect square. And the number is a perfect square, then we say that the roots are rational. So that means finally, if I get a certain value b square minus 4ac, and I get, say, suppose example, if the value of b square minus 4ac, by putting the value, all these values, if I put the values, and suppose I get 25, after comparing with a is equal to something and b is equal to something and c is equal to something in an equation, if I put the value of this and we get the value as 25, suppose. So you can understand this 25 is already greater than 0, that means it is real, and this 25 is a perfect square number, 1, say 4, 9, 16, 25, 100, 81, all these numbers are perfect square and naturally they are greater than 0. So in that case we say that the roots are real and rational. So that means the first thing is that if it is greater than 0 it will be real, and if it is greater than 0 and is a perfect square, that means the roots are rational and naturally a real number. And if the value of b square minus 4ac, you are not getting a perfect square number, say suppose you are getting 5, or suppose you are getting 51, or you are getting say anything 29, if the b square minus 4ac 29, 51, so that means in this case also the roots are real because they are greater than 0, but they are not a perfect square. In that case we say that the roots are irrational. Okay, so first you copy up to this much. Okay, so you can understand, suppose now you know that x is equal to minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. Now see, whatever numbers you have, what I told, if the b square minus 4ac is greater than 0 and is a perfect square, then the roots are rational. Now suppose, let's say b is minus, say b is any number, I am taking plus 2, and coincidentally suppose you got root over 25 and 2 into a or 2 into 1. So finally you can understand what you get, minus 2 plus minus 5 by 2. You can see in this answer there is no root, no square root number left, and therefore you can understand this number naturally it will be a rational number. And hence we say that if b square minus 4ac is a perfect square, the root will be rational and naturally it will be real because it is greater than 0. Now take this example. Now if suppose, if minus b, say b is say any number plus and root over, and suppose you get this 13 and by 2 into say 1 2. Now what will be the answer? In this answer, in the value of x, the root, this root will remain there because this 13 is not a perfect square, so the answer will be in roots. So there will be a root now containing number in the answer, it means square root containing number. So therefore we say that if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0 and it is not a perfect square, like 13 is not a perfect square, so naturally the roots of x, the x will be a irrational number, and therefore we say that if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0 and a perfect square, it's a rational number, and if it is not a perfect square, then it is an irrational number. Okay. So we have seen that if the value of b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, the root will be real. And if naturally the if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, the roots are imaginary. Now less than 0 means negative. Again try to understand that if x is equal to minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a, and if supposed to be, if the value of b square minus 4ac comes to be negative, so that means say minus b is anything plus, and then suppose you get root over minus 13. I have already explained you that if there is a negative number inside a square root, then the roots will be imaginary. So therefore we can understand that if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, the roots are imaginary. Okay. Similarly, next one, if b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, then the roots will be real. Okay. And the roots will be equal also. The roots are equal. The root b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. The roots will be equal. Say again, if you see here, x is equal to minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. Suppose a is equal to whatever it is, b is equal to something, a is equal. Now if b square minus 4ac comes 0, what you get as x? You get this. and you get this means you will this part is 0. That means the roots are equal. Okay, now you can understand how. Say suppose now in this sum, if you see, in fact it is 2 into A into B. If you take this, no, just a minute, if I say it is 9x square minus 6 plus 1. Let us take this example. Suppose, now let us solve this and see. Now 9 ones are 9, we can solve it by factorization method. 9x square minus 3x plus 1, 0. We can take 3x minus 1 and 3x minus 1 equals to 0. So finally you can understand 3x minus 1 and 3x minus 1 equals to 0. You see, you will get same value for x. What you got? X equals to 1 by 3 and x equals to 1 by 3. So we say it is equal roots. You don't have to solve to find the nature of root. I am just giving you an example to explain. So this quadratic equation have equal roots. Now without solving, how can we understand the nature of roots? We will find the value of b square minus 4ac. So if this b square minus 4ac, now comparing, we get, suppose they ask you what is the nature of the roots. So for nature of the roots, I am repeatedly telling you, you don't have to solve it. You can just find the value of discriminant. So see how. Say if a equals to, here a equals to 9, b is equal to what? Minus 6, say minus 6, c is equal to 1. So what you get? B square minus 4ac, what you get? B square is minus 6 square minus 4 into a into c. So we got what? 36 minus 36, and what you got? You see, you are getting 0. And we have already seen that the two roots are equal. So without solving, we are getting the nature of root. So directly we can say b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, and therefore we say that since the discriminant b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, and therefore we say the roots are real and equal. So the roots are real and equal. Okay, understand? So now you can understand that if naturally b square minus 4ac is not equal to 0, then the roots are distinct. The roots are distinct means they have two different roots, like x minus 3, x plus 2 is equal to 0. That means you have x equals to 3 and x is equal to minus 2. So that means in that case the nature of the roots will be distinct. They have two distinct roots. Okay, you can see from here also that the value of b square minus 4ac will not come to 0. First form this equation. What you get? X square plus 2x minus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. X square minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. So we get what? A equals to 1, b is equal to minus 1 and c is equal to minus 6. Now what you get? B square minus 4ac. The value what we get? Minus 1 square minus 4 into a into c. What we are getting? 1 minus 1 you are getting plus, and 6 fours are 24. 24 plus 1 I am getting what? 25. So naturally it is not equal to 0, and therefore we can say that the roots are distinct. And you see one more proper thing we got, it's a perfect square, so we can say it is distinct and it is a rational number. And also what we can say, we can also say it is real. So you can understand, we got all three nature of the roots in this equation, for example. So from this value of 25, what we can understand, first of all, it is not equal to 0, so that means it is distinct. Second of all, it is a perfect square number, so therefore we can say it is rational. And third of all, the value is greater than 0, and that means it is real. So understand? Okay. Okay, so finally, to summarize it, if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then naturally the roots are real, and naturally if it is greater than 0 and a perfect square, then the roots are rational. And if it is greater than 0 and not a perfect square, then it is irrational. Understand? So first of all, and similarly, if it is less than 0, then it is imaginary. So if it is greater than 0, it is real. Less than 0, it's imaginary. If it is real and it is also a perfect square, b square minus, then it is rational. And if it is not a perfect square, then it is irrational. Similarly, if b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, then naturally it is real and equal. And if the value of b square minus 4ac, that is the discriminant, is not equal to 0, then it is real and distinct. Okay, understand? Please copy this, pause the video and please copy this. Okay.